You've been trained to stay broke. Sounds harsh, right? But it's the truth. From the moment you started earning, society's been setting you up for a life of financial struggle. You work hard, but somehow the money never seems to stretch far enough. You're told to save and budget, but no one ever teaches you how to truly build wealth. The world expects you to consume, spend, buy, and repeat. So, you end up trapped in the cycle of paycheck to paycheck, constantly wondering if there's a way out. Here's the reality: Mark Cuban was once in your shoes. He didn't just magically wake up rich. He had to break free from a mindset that keeps millions stuck in mediocrity. He learned how to shift his perspective from a consumer to an investor, and that's exactly how he changed his financial future. This isn't about flashy schemes or get-rich-quick nonsense. This is about real, actionable advice that can change your life if you start applying it today. If you keep doing what everyone else does, you'll keep getting what everyone else gets. But what if you could take control of your financial future? What if you could break free from debt, create passive income, and start building wealth like the rich? It's all possible, and it's not as hard as you think. In the next few minutes, we'll break down the exact steps Mark Cuban took to change his life, and how you can apply them right now. Ready to learn how to think like an investor and leave that broke mindset behind? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will make all the difference. Most people live their lives in spending mode, always looking for the next thing to buy or the next experience to enjoy. But here's the thing: when you're stuck in that mindset, your money is constantly slipping through your fingers. Mark Cuban broke free from this cycle by shifting his mentality. Instead of asking, "What do I want to buy next?" he asks, "Will this make me money or just take my money?" This simple question is a game changer. By adopting this mindset, you'll start focusing on investments, on things that bring back more than what you spend. For example, rather than splurging on a fancy car that depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot, invest in stocks or real estate that can earn you passive income in the long run. Now, let's talk about the difference between thinking like a consumer and thinking like an investor. A consumer buys things, enjoys them, and they often lose value over time. An investor, on the other hand, invests in things that either appreciate or generate income. The shift may seem small, but it's massive in practice. For instance, while others waste their paychecks on quick gratification, you could be putting that money into assets, whether it's real estate, dividend-paying stocks, or even investing in your own business. It's all about thinking long-term, about building wealth that compounds over time. Here's the kicker: shifting to an investor's mindset isn't just about money, it's about building habits that stick. That means consistently asking yourself before any purchase, will this add to my wealth or take away from it? Over time, this becomes second nature. Imagine cutting back on daily coffee runs that cost you $5 a day. If you invest that $5 every day into something like a low-cost index fund, you'll have over $1,800 in a year, just from one simple change. And that's just the start. The more you embrace this mindset, the more you'll see your financial life evolve. So, how do you make this shift? It starts with small, consistent decisions. Shift your focus from instant gratification to delayed rewards. Every dollar you save or invest is a step toward a future where you're the one in control. This isn't a quick fix, it's about building your financial empire bit by bit. And once you get comfortable with investing, you'll naturally move away from consumption-based habits. In the next step, we'll dive deeper into how cutting unnecessary expenses can propel you even further. Stay tuned! Cut unnecessary expenses and invest the difference. When Mark Cuban talks about living below your means, he's not just suggesting a budget cut here or there, he's advocating for a complete shift in how you approach spending. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about being intentional with where your money goes. For instance, if you're spending $100 on a weekend trip every month, ask yourself, could that money be better used? Instead of mindlessly swiping your credit card, consider how cutting back on unnecessary expenses can turn into future wealth. Imagine taking that $100 and putting it into an investment. Over time, it could multiply. This doesn't mean you have to live like a hermit or avoid all the fun things in life. What it means is being strategic. Those small purchases add up, and they often go unnoticed. Cuban emphasizes reducing those daily wastes, like expensive coffees, subscriptions, or impulsive buys, and channeling that money into investments. For example, if you skip buying your daily latte and invest that $5 a day, after a year, you could have over $1,800 working for you without feeling like you've given up anything. It's the small wins that lead to big wins in the long run. And here's a key point: pay attention to where your money leaks. We're all guilty of the set it and forget it subscriptions, Netflix, gym memberships, streaming services. Are you really using them, or are they just draining your account each month? Take a week to review all your expenses. Look at the things you don't need anymore, the subscriptions you've forgotten about, or the things that aren't serving you. Every dollar saved could be invested in a way that creates passive income. Imagine the difference that would make to your financial future if you invested that money rather than letting it disappear into things you don't even use. Now, let's think about the bigger picture. Investing is about putting your money to work. It's not enough to just save. You need to make your money grow. By cutting unnecessary expenses and investing the difference, you're giving yourself the chance to build wealth without any drastic sacrifices. It's not about having a big paycheck. It's about making your money work smarter, not harder. In the next step, we'll dive into how avoiding debt plays a huge role in securing your financial future. Stick with me. Avoid debt like the plague. Debt is like a trap, a cycle that keeps you stuck, no matter how hard you work. Mark Cuban couldn't have made it clearer: if you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich. The problem with high-interest debt, like credit cards, is that it holds you hostage to your payments. Every month, you're just paying to stay afloat, not to get ahead. You might feel like you're doing okay, but as long as you carry that debt, you're stuck. That's why Cuban emphasizes paying off debt fast, especially high-interest debt. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar you could have invested. And let's get real for a second: debt is a mindset issue. Many people have been taught that it's okay to buy now and pay later, but this thinking leads to financial ruin. Cuban, on the other hand, believes that eliminating debt is one of the quickest ways to start building wealth. It's simple math. If you're paying 20% interest on your credit card, it's going to be hard to make any progress toward financial freedom. But if you take that same money and invest it instead of paying interest, you'll see far better returns. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you have $5,000 in credit card debt with a 20% interest rate. If you only make minimum payments, you're looking at years of payments and thousands in interest. But if you focus on eliminating that debt quickly, you free up that money to invest. After paying off the debt, that $5,000 can be used to buy stocks, real estate, or other investments that generate passive income. That's the power of debt-free living. Debt-free living is all about taking control of your money, and once you're free from its grip, you can do amazing things. When you no longer owe anything, you have financial freedom, the ability to invest, to build, to grow. It's a game changer. So, if you're serious about achieving financial success, eliminating debt should be one of your top priorities. Ready to learn how to set yourself up for more financial freedom? In the next step, we'll talk about how learning about money can make a huge difference in your wealth-building journey. Stay tuned! Become obsessed with learning about money. The world of finance is vast, and the only way to navigate it successfully is by constantly learning. Mark Cuban is a big advocate for continuous education, especially when it comes to money and investing. He reads daily, books, articles, anything he can get his hands on. Why? Because financial knowledge is power. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. Whether it's understanding how to get started with passive income or learning how to budget effectively, education is the first step toward financial freedom. You don't need to go back to school to become financially literate, though. There are plenty of free resources out there that can get you started right now. Take YouTube, for example. There are tons of channels that teach everything from basic investing tips to advanced strategies. If you're just starting, check out The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It's a classic that teaches the fundamentals of value investing. But don't stop there. Dive into blogs, books, and podcasts that focus on personal finance. The more you consume, the better your money mindset will become. Think about it this way: if you want to be successful in business or investing, you need to understand the rules of the game. Knowledge about money isn't just about managing your cash flow, it's about making smart moves that put you ahead. The best investors are those who can spot opportunities others might miss. For instance, understanding how to read a balance sheet can help you spot great investment opportunities before they become obvious to the masses. And let's not forget, learning about real estate investing or stock market strategies can open doors to creating multiple streams of income. As Cuban said, the more you know, the better the decisions you can make. If you're not reading, you're missing out. Commit to becoming an expert in money management. This means not just learning the basics, but diving deep into topics like tax strategies, real estate investments, and wealth-building habits. Once you master this, you'll be in the position to make life-changing moves. Up next, let's talk about creating multiple income streams that can set you up for long-term success. Don't miss it! Become obsessed with learning about money. The world of finance is vast, and the only way to navigate it successfully is by constantly learning. Mark Cuban is a big advocate for continuous education, especially when it comes to money and investing. He reads daily, books, articles, anything he can get his hands on. Why? Because financial knowledge is power. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. Whether it's understanding how to get started with passive income or learning how to budget effectively, education is the first step toward financial freedom. You don't need to go back to school to become financially literate, though. There are plenty of free resources out there that can get you started right now. Take YouTube, for example. There are tons of channels that teach everything from basic investing tips to advanced strategies. If you're just starting, check out The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. It's a classic that teaches the fundamentals of value investing. But don't stop there. Dive into blogs, books, and podcasts that focus on personal finance. The more you consume, the better your money mindset will become. Think about it this way: if you want to be successful in business or investing, you need to understand the rules of the game. Knowledge about money isn't just about managing your cash flow, it's about making smart moves that put you ahead. The best investors are those who can spot opportunities others might miss. For instance, understanding how to read a balance sheet can help you spot great investment opportunities before they become obvious to the masses. And let's not forget, learning about real estate investing or stock market strategies can open doors to creating multiple streams of income. As Cuban said, the more you know, the better the decisions you can make. If you're not reading, you're missing out. Commit to becoming an expert in money management. This means not just learning the basics, but diving deep into topics like tax strategies, real estate investments, and wealth-building habits. Once you master this, you'll be in the position to make life-changing moves. Up next, let's talk about creating multiple income streams that can set you up for long-term success. Don't miss it! Create multiple streams of income. If you rely solely on one source of income, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Mark Cuban built his wealth by creating multiple streams of income. And that's a strategy you should consider as well. Whether it's through side hustles, investments, or starting a small business, having different income sources gives you more financial stability. Think about it: if one source dries up, you've still got others coming in. This is the kind of financial security that's crucial in today's world. One way to begin diversifying your income is by getting into side gigs. It could be anything: freelancing, driving for a rideshare service, or offering consulting services based on your skills. The goal is to use your free time to generate extra cash, which you can then invest. Imagine taking that extra income and putting it into stocks or real estate investments that will pay off in the long run. Over time, those small efforts can add up to something big. Let's not forget about investments as a source of income. If you're unfamiliar with investing, don't stress. You don't need to be a Wall Street pro to get started. Start small, perhaps with index funds or real estate. Both are proven ways to build wealth. The key is to put your money to work. Instead of letting your savings sit in a bank account with little to no interest, invest in assets that grow over time. It's how the rich stay rich. Eventually, you'll want to turn your side hustles into full-fledged businesses, just like Cuban did. Whether you open an online store, launch a digital product, or invest in a franchise, the possibilities are endless. The idea is to set up systems that make money for you, even when you're not actively working. Once you've built multiple streams of income, you'll be positioned for long-term financial freedom. And once you have this, you're ready for the next step, negotiating better deals to save more money. Stay tuned! Negotiate everything to keep more money. If you're not negotiating your expenses, you're leaving money on the table. Mark Cuban swears by this strategy. He believes that every dollar saved is a dollar earned. From rent to groceries, negotiating can help you keep more of your hard-earned money. Start by looking at your monthly expenses. There's likely room for improvement. For example, have you ever asked for a discount on your cable bill or internet subscription? You'd be surprised how many companies are willing to cut you a deal if you just ask. Let's talk about big-ticket items. When it comes to rent or mortgage payments, don't settle for the first price offered. It doesn't matter if you've been living in the same place for years. Call up your landlord or property manager and see if there's room for negotiation. Even if they won't lower the rent, they might throw in something else, like free parking or a discount on utilities. These small changes can save you a ton over the course of a year. You can also negotiate on everyday purchases. Don't just accept the first price you see at stores or online. Ask if there's any way to get a better deal. Whether you're buying clothes, electronics, or even a car, there's always room for negotiation. If you're buying online, look for coupons or sign up for cashback rewards to get extra savings. And don't forget to shop around. You might find the same product for less at a different store, or you can catch it on sale. Every dollar counts. Finally, remember that negotiation is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better the more you practice it. Start small, negotiate your next bill or service, and work your way up to bigger savings. Over time, these little wins add up, and you'll see your savings grow. Imagine what you could do with that extra money. Maybe you could reinvest it into your passive income streams. Up next, we'll explore how to build wealth with strong values and ethics. Keep reading to find out how this can be the foundation for your financial success. Build wealth with strong values and ethics. Building wealth isn't just about making money, it's about creating a foundation of values and ethics that will support you in the long run. Mark Cuban emphasizes the importance of honesty and integrity in everything you do. When you treat people right and stay true to your values, success follows. It might take longer, but the rewards are far greater. People respect you for your character, and you build a reputation that makes opportunities come your way. Think about your business dealings. Whether you're investing in real estate, starting a side hustle, or creating an online business, how you treat your partners, customers, and even competitors matters. Cuban often says that doing the right thing, even when it's hard, is what separates successful people from the rest. Honesty in business leads to stronger relationships and ultimately more profitable ventures. If you're known for keeping your word and staying ethical, people will trust you, and trust is a currency of its own. Let's also talk about personal integrity. Every financial decision you make should be in alignment with your principles. If you're only chasing money and cutting corners along the way, the wealth you build will never feel fulfilling. Stay committed to your values, even when it feels like it's slowing your progress. In the long run, staying true to yourself means you'll be able to look back and feel proud of the wealth you've built, not just financially, but in the respect you've earned from others. As you build your wealth, remember that success isn't just about the dollars in your bank account, it's about the legacy you leave behind. Strong morals and ethical decision-making are what help you achieve long-term success. Whether you're investing or looking for new ways to create passive income, do so with integrity. And remember, building wealth with strong values doesn't just enrich your bank account, it enriches your life. Up next, we'll dive into how aligning money and happiness can be easier than you think. Stay tuned! Now, let's be real, it's easy to get stuck in the same old patterns. You felt the stress of living paycheck to paycheck, right? The anxiety of not knowing how to make your money work for you. But guess what? You're already taking the first steps to breaking free. You've just learned from one of the richest entrepreneurs alive, Mark Cuban, and now it's up to you to take action. But this is just the beginning. The next step is to apply these strategies, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Imagine cutting those unnecessary expenses, investing in your future, and creating a stream of income that's working for you, even while you sleep. This isn't a dream, it's a reality waiting for you to grab hold of it. And the best part? You can start right now. If you're serious about transforming your finances, it's time to dive even deeper. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on tips that can transform your relationship with money. Trust me, the path to financial freedom starts with just one step. And if you want to learn exactly how to create passive income, eliminate debt, and stay calm under financial pressure, I've got something special for you. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. You'll discover exactly how to nourish your mind, balance your finances, and begin living the life you've always wanted. Check out the material in the pinned comment and start your journey to financial freedom now.